says in the second Ezra that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's that age. But this age or this world is not going to end, because when this world is ruling, which is Israel, you're going to have Yahweh Shai ruling, and his kingdom is going to be an everlasting kingdom. All right? So that's what the word world means for John 3:16. Now, if the brother can go to John 17:9.
The book of St. John, chapter 17, verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
Right. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. And once again, they'll say, well, the world, that goes the word world there. But he says, I pray for them, because this is Yahweh Shai making a prayer for the disciples, and really for the elect. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. I'm not praying for the whole entire world, but what world is it speaking about? Let's go down right here. Cosmo. Right? Now when you scroll down, cosmos. That apt arrangement and organization.
Right.
So when Yahweh Shai came, he didn't come for all of Israel. He only came for the elect. Alright? So now, that's the word cosmos. And the word cosmos is in a few scriptures. Right? So now, since we dealt with the word Iwalam in the Old Testament, Isaiah 45:17, which means eon, let's go from there to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, and the 3rd verse. Alright, Matthew chapter 24, verse 3.
Alright, the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world?
Right, and that's what the disciples, that's what the prophets, they were always asking, when is this time going to end? Because they knew that once this time ended, we were going to be ruling in the kingdom. So if you're not asking when is this kingdom going to end, then you might as well just hang it up, man. Right. You niggas out there that's talking about that the white man ain't going into slavery, that you ain't gonna do nothing to Esau and all. You niggas just forget about it, man.
The hope of salvation.
Exactly. Because as Yahweh, it says, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Now, what does that word world mean? When we go here, this is it, world, eonos, which you got the word eon. And now when you scroll down and you look up the end of the world, the word there is eon. And what is eon?
Eon, forever, an unbroken age, perpetuity of the time, eternity, the world's universe.
So now you see how they go off here, the world's universe. Now the worlds, they're correct on that, because you see it has an S there, because you have eons. There were different empires and different periods of time that ruled, and those were worlds. Those were heavens. Those were worlds. That was a time. That was an age. But universe, they're going off on universe, because the word eon does not mean the universe. It means, like here, period of time.
Age.
Age. That's what it literally breaks down to, the word age. Alright? That's what the word eon means. So the disciples are saying, Lord, when is the end of this age? Who were they speaking about? The Roman world. Because they knew that once the Roman world went down, they believed at that time that the kingdom of heaven was going to come. Now there's a scripture that says that because they believed that the kingdom of heaven should appear immediately, or something to that effect. If we could find it, we'll bring it out. You know, because even the wicked Pharisees in them, they knew that once the Roman Empire went down, or once eventually in time there was going to be a kingdom that was going to be set up. But they were Uncle Toms, because they knew about the scriptures, but they didn't believe them. You know, so there were certain ones of them that were righteous that knew that, look, once this kingdom goes down, they thought back then that once the kingdom of the Romans went down, they were supposed to rule in the kingdom of Israel. which they were correct, but it wasn't the time at that particular time. All right, so let me see if I could find it. If not, then we'll go. We'll continue on. Let's try to see if we can find this. Luke. Here we go. Luke 19. If you go to Luke 19, and I mean, what verse was that? 11. Let's see if there's more meat on that. All right, start at 9.
19 and 9.
Yep.
St. Luke chapter 19, verse 9. And Yahushua said unto him, This day is salvation come to this house, for so much as he also is a son of Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
For the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost.
Mm-hmm, which is Israel.
And as they heard these things, he added and spake a parable, because he was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of the Most High should immediately appear.
Right. So they were waiting for that. So they knew that once the Roman Empire fell, that that Israel was going to be set back in order. That's why the disciples said, one more scripture, Acts 1 and 6. That's the reason why the disciples made this statement. So they said that, and because they thought that the king, and as they heard these things, he added and spake a parable, because he was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of the Most High should immediately appear. So they was waiting for that, because some of them knew that Yahushua was the Messiah. Even Judas Iscariot knew that he was the Messiah. Mm-hmm. But he tried to force the Lord's hand. That's what the scriptures say, awake not my love till he be pleased.
The book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Right. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Because he already was crucified and he came back. So they thought that, all right, we're going into the kingdom now.
Right.
But it wasn't time then. That's why he spoke that parable.